Morning team, this is Wednesday morning. This is week 3 and it's base power. So we've got our abs workout. We've done this for the last couple of weeks. This involves a stretch, a burn, a hold and a hit. It's going to start out with a warm up, 3 exercises, 3 times through, 20 seconds on each. Easy. Okay team, remember when we're working the abs, just make sure you're doing the right movements for you, making sure you're putting the appropriate amount of work into that midsection so you don't pull any muscles, you don't cause yourself an injury, and you go out of here feeling better for having done the workout. So, base power, let's get ready to go. Warm up coming up, going in 5 seconds. We're starting with a single side knee drive. You're going to reach up, knee drive up. Okay, single side knee drive, we're away. So team, base power, working that midsection. So even in the warm up then, we'll get that midsection going, abs doing the work to drive that knee up. Switch legs. So other knee comes up. So this is your reach up, knee drive. Going into running on the spot after this. So running on the spot, we're going to throw in those punches. So running with the punches. Okay. So this warm up is going to prepare the body for the rest of the workout. It's going to set you up for the stretch. It's also going to give you that little bit of cardio for this Wednesday morning. Going into a squat after this. We're going to add the rotation with that squat as well. So you're going to go down into the squat, rotate as you come up. Squat down and rotate. There. It's touching down towards the floor. Getting that rotation as you come back up. So there's rotations in the workout. We've got the stretch and we've also got the twist crunches and all those other rotations in there. Knee drive after this. So there's the reach, there's the knee drive. Single side knee drive. So those are your 3 movements of the warm-up. Knee drive with the reach, switch legs, running with the punches, and squat with the rotation. Easy warm-up. Running with the punches. Okay, so it's nice and bright in here today. I've got the sun streaming in through the windows. Still quite breezy. Don't know if you can hear that. There's quite a strong wind blowing outside. And it's getting warm in here already. Running with the punches, squat down with the rotation. Squat down, there's your rotation. Right, continue, warm up those legs. You've got a stretch coming up after this. So we want those muscles to be warm. Last time through after this, there's your reach, knee drive. Reaching knee drive. So power generation comes from the core. Remember, this is a base power workout, so that emphasis is all into that midsection. So imagine those abs doing this work. Switch sides. So you're moving the arms, moving the legs, and that link is the midsection. Running with the punches. Throw out those punches. Alright, feeling good this morning team, I hope. Hope you're feeling strong. See what that flexibility is like in a moment. Last set of squats coming up. So squat down with the rotation. Going down low into that squat if you can. Keep it going here. So the first part of this session then, after this warm-up, is the stretch. There's time with the warm-up, kick it out. So our stretch then, this is the routine that we've been working on the last couple of weeks. A really good one to do after you've done a run, after you've done a workout, but I also find it's really good to do before the workout, particularly this sort of session. This frees up your mobility, it minimises any restriction so you can get more out of the ab exercises. So we're going down onto the floor. Let's get on with this stretch. We're going to start out with this spine stretch forwards. So legs out long in front. Feel that stretch down the back of the legs. Sit up straight. We're going to use our breathing to time this movement. So don't worry if you go out of time with me. It's going to be an inhale to prepare. And then on the exhale, we hinge forwards from the waist and then reach down towards the toes. Breathing all the way out. And then on the inhale, we sit it back up straight. On the exhale, hinge forwards from the waist, Reach down towards the toes. Right, I want you to find that timing, using your breathing to time those movements. Feel that stretch down the back of the legs. Feel that length through the spine. And then on your next one, as you hinge and reach, I want you to hold it there, continue to breathe, but hold that stretch. Using your out breath to relax deeper into that stretch. You're releasing tension as you hold this stretch position. Using your breathing to help you release. So I feel this particularly down the back of the legs. I can feel my knees are just off the floor. I'm going to try and use my breathing to release the tension in the back of the legs so I can straighten those legs out. I can feel restriction through the length of the spine. So again, I'm breathing into that restriction and then letting it release as I breathe out. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up to seated. So from here we're going into rotations. This is your bow and arrow. So we're sat up straight, shoulders down. It's important that we don't slouch through that lower back. So if you need to sit up onto a cushion or if you've got a yoga block, that's ideal to try and retain that neutral, upright posture. Arms out in front. Again, using your breathing, we inhale to prepare, and on the exhale, we pull it back like a bow and arrow, and then stretch out behind. Breathing in as we bring the arm back, and then on the next exhale, the other side, we pull back, extend behind, and then bring it back to center. Right, again, keep that movement going, using your breathing to time those movements. So the focus here is on that rotation. So it's rotation through the torso whilst sitting up straight. So this is that mobility of the spine. So this is really good for running because it minimizes restriction. It allows you to move fluidly. On this next one then, as we pull back and extend, hold that position there. Keep breathing, but hold that position. Again, try and breathe into any areas of restriction and then let that go as you breathe out. As you hold that position, you can be aware and mindful of how you're holding the whole body. So your legs are out straight, your back is up tall, head is up high, shoulders are down, arms out long. Be aware of any areas that feel stiff or restricted. Breathe into that and then let that go. Feel how you can increase that range of movement as you let go of that restriction. Bring it back to center. Same thing on the other side. Holding that position. I can actually cheat here and hold on to the wall. I'm going to try not to do that. Shoulders are down, arms are long. Using your breathing to go deeper into that rotation. So you shouldn't be forcing this, you should be relaxing further into this. I'm having to work to stay upright, to avoid any slouching. So I'm working to maintain that core stability, but I'm relaxing into that movement or that position. And bringing it back to center and release. So again, if you really struggle with that position, you might want to find something that can lift you up a little bit higher off the floor, particularly with this next one. So I'm going to struggle with this. Some of you will find this a lot easier than I do. We're going into saw. So this is with the legs wide. Sitting up straight. Arms out wide to begin with. Shoulders down. Okay, so it's quite a challenge to sit in this position, isn't it? Some of you will find that. I certainly do. We're going to inhale to prepare. On the exhale, we rotate, face down the length of one leg. Bring the arm forwards and then hinge forwards from the waist. There's your saw movement. Inhale, bring it back up. Back to your start position. See if you can coordinate that with your breathing. Again, you might need to go a little bit quicker or a little bit slower than I'm going. That's fine. So try to isolate each of those elements of the movement. From your start position, sat up straight with the arms out wide, we rotate, point the arm down the length of the leg, hinge forwards from the waist, bringing it back up, rotating back to your start position. Okay, so after this one, on my next rep, I'm going to hold that lowered position. So hinging forwards and hold it there. Taking a few breaths in that position. Okay. So I would imagine there'd be a range of positions achievable within the group here. I really struggle getting low on this one. So I can hinge forwards a little bit, but I can feel the restriction. So I'm breathing into that tightness, particularly through the length of the hamstrings, through the length of the spine, and using that out breath to try and drop further into that position. Keeping the shoulder blades down, mindful of how you're holding the rest of the body, bringing it back up to center, back to your start position, rotating the other way, and then hinging forwards and holding. You might feel this in the hip flexors. So those muscles in the front of the thighs might be working hard here, and that might be where you're feeling this most. Quite often, if you've got a restriction or a lack of flexibility in one area, another area has to compensate and overwork. So again, that's just a sign that it's something that you need to work on. Bringing it back up to center and release. Whoa. Okay, so if you did feel that in those hip flexors, let's get a stretch through there then. So we're into our classic hip flexor stretch position. So kneeling, back up straight, bringing the body forwards to that point of stretch. And again, breathe into there. And it's quite a satisfying stretch to do. You can feel that release as you breathe out. So again, not forcing this, just allowing that tightness to release as you breathe. Gradually going deeper into that stretch. So you need to give this time, give it a good few breaths just to release, so you're not forcing it. Okay, and then whichever side you're stretching, take that arm, take that hand, place it down on the floor and lift up with the opposite arm. So you've got that rotation again through the torso. Turning up to face the ceiling, so looking down the length of that arm. Both arms lengthened here. And then can you place that hand down on the floor, lift that back knee up off the floor so you're into that sprinter position. So again, this is just stretching through that back leg, through the hip flexor, through the groin, on that back leg. And then place that knee back down. I'm going to come back up and go back into that hip flexor stretch. So from there, bringing it forwards until I can feel that stretch coming on here and just holding it there. 3, 2, 1, bring it up and switch over. So stretching on the other side. Again, to that point of stretch, when you feel that stretch come on, just holding it there, focus on your breathing and that release. Okay, so we're doing this routine at the start of this workout. It's useful doing this as a routine in itself, but it's useful doing it at the start of the workout so that you can get more movement as you do the ab exercises, so you can get more from those exercises. But it's also good to do it so you can pay attention to these stretches, be aware of your range of movement and your flexibility rather than rushing through them as we often do at the end of the workout. Whichever side you're stretching, place that hand on the floor, reach up with the opposite arm. Okay, and I've said this before, this is a routine that I think is just really useful to tag on at the end of a run or at the end of a workout when you're nicely warmed up. But familiarise yourself with it, work at it, persevere with any areas that you struggle with. And then place that hand down, lift that back knee off the floor and going into that sprinter stretch. Three, two, one, and then I'm going to place that foot back, transition into a downward dog position, and I'm just going to stretch out through the calves. So last one for this stretch. I like doing this thing of paddling out the heels. I find that quite satisfying, quite useful. Bringing that stretch into those calves. Getting that circulation going back through the calves as well, and then place the heels down towards the floor. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the arms. 3, 2, 1, and down. Right, team, let's get ready to go then. So we're going into our burn section. So expect to bring that work into those abs. You've stretched it off nicely. You've got a good range of movement. we're going into our abs. Starting then with our twist crunch. We're going to do this in sets of 10. So feet flat on the floor to begin with. We're going through the variations, starting with the easiest, going up to the hardest. You can pause and stick with any variation that you like. So fingertips support the weight of the head. Tummy pulled in. Lift the head and shoulders off slightly. Bring that tension into those abs. Don't go any lower than this. So this is your start position. Feel that tension in those abs. We're just going to do a simple set of 10 twist crunches. So we lift up and over the opposite knee and then back to our start position. Ready, so lift up and over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Hold it there, hold that tension. Bicycle crunch, so this is where we bring knee to opposite elbow and place the foot back down. 10 reps. Okay, lift up. 1, 2. So we're trying to keep that tension in those abs the whole time. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Foot back down, keep the tension in the abs. Bring both knees up now. Head and shoulders lift a little bit higher if you can. We're going into crisscross. So extend one leg, knee meets the opposite elbow and bring it back. Okay, go. We've got 1. Slowing this down a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to start position, lower down and release for a moment. And then the last variation. So this was a burner. We're going to do 10 on each side. So this was back to our start position. Head and shoulders lift up, the knees come up. I'm going to go right leg first. So the right leg extends and comes back. That's all that does. As it extends, elbow to knee. As it comes back, other elbow to the knee coming in. Elbow to knee, alternating sides. 10 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should have lots of rotation going on through the torso. 7, 8, 9 and 10. Place the feet back down, relax head and shoulders. That is a burner. Okay, so that should get those abs working. So you've got rotation through the torso, one knee is still, other leg is moving. Other side then, fingertips support the weight of the head, head and shoulders come up, knees come up, there's our start position. So if you're doing left leg, all the left leg is going to do is extend and back. Elbows come to knees as you do that. So left leg extends, left elbow to right knee. That's the position you go into. As that left knee comes back in, it meets the opposite elbow. Okay, 10 reps like that. Exaggerating that rotation, that's 2. So exaggerating the rotation through the torso. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Back to your start position, feet down and release. Right, if you did that with focus and intensity, you should have felt that burn in those tummy muscles. Really good running exercise. It gets that work going across the abs and you've got that range of movement controlled through the legs. Very good. Okay, so that was our twist crunch progression. We're going to flip it over and go into the box shape now. So this is another really good running exercise because it gets you used to working the glutes whilst engaging the core. So this is our tuck and tail double squeeze. So that will make sense in a moment. So we're going into box shape. What we're going to do is take one leg. I'm going to go right leg first, extend, lift into our lengthened position. So the first squeeze is in the glutes. Feel how as you really extend that leg, you can feel that work or that squeeze in the glutes. Now I want you to do this with a neutral spine. So you've got that stability through the midsection. So feel that squeeze in the glutes. And now can you bring that knee in towards the chest? So bring it in, it goes in between the arms, up towards the chest. Feel that squeeze in the abs. And now kick it back out. Really lengthen the leg, hold it there for a moment. Feel that squeeze in the glutes. So I want you to be able to alternate between those two positions. So glutes working here on the leg extension. Pull the knee in, get that squeeze in the abs, and then kick it back out. So as I bring that knee in towards the chest, you might find that there's a little bit of spine flexion. So I'm tucking up to exaggerate that squeeze in the abs. But as you kick back out, I want you to try and find that neutral spine alignment. All right, so those are your two movements. Knee tuck in, kick it out back. Knee tuck, kick out back. Right, keep this going. We're going to count now and take this up to 10 reps. That was 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got 2 squeezes here, abs and glutes. Try and get each one on each rep. This is number 8, 9, and 10. Place the knee back down. Right, so this is really good for, and I think for reinforcing that neutral alignment of the spine. But like I say, being able to work the glutes whilst maintaining that core stability. So other side, so left leg extends, left leg lifts. Feel that squeeze in the glutes. And then drive knee into that tuck position. Feel the squeeze in the abs. Extend it back out, find that neutral spine. Squeeze in the abs, extend back out. Right, we're going to start counting, taking this up to 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place it down. I want to try and do just an extra movement on that one. Let's just go back to the other side. So we're in box shape. We're going to extend the right leg, lift it up. So rather than bringing that knee in the middle up towards the chest, what we're going to do is bring it out to the side, bring knee towards the shoulder. Can we do that? So the knee comes up towards the shoulder. You might be able to get that more towards the elbow, but if you can, bring it up as high as you can. So that squeeze now comes into the obliques, down the sides. So I want you to find a movement where you can feel that squeeze into those side muscles, the obliques. Now you had some spine flexion forwards before when we did that knee tuck, but now you've got a little bit of side flexion going on. So you can see how you've got that side flexion as the knee comes in, aiming towards the shoulder. And if you can get that to the shoulder, amazing, but you're aiming towards it. You're getting that knee drive up high as best you can, getting that squeeze into those obliques, fully extending the leg as you kick it back. I'm not counting, let's say 9 and 10. Other side, let's try it out on the other side. So extend the left leg, lift it up. There's your lengthened leg position. Knee towards shoulder. Feel that side flexion. Alternating between those two movements from the leg extension to the side flexion. So it's that double squeeze that you're getting. Tuck and tail. So getting that tuck, feeling that squeeze in the obliques. Kicking that leg out back like a tail. Right out, back. Getting that squeeze in the glutes. 8, 9, and 10. Place it down. Good stuff, team. All right, well done. We're going to roll it back over and we're going to stay with this burn. So it's that burn that we're looking for. And again, it's going into those obliques in the sides. This is your side burn crunch. So we're going to lie back and then roll it over onto the side. This is that one where you find that balance point where you've not rolled all the way over onto the side, but you're not upright either. You're kind of in that balance point in that middle bit. We've got the lower leg on the floor, lower arm on the floor. And we started out with a knee tuck up towards the elbow. So with this movement, I want you to find the position that's right for you. I want you to find the movement that gets maximum work through the obliques here. So we started out, single leg, knee drive up. Imagine driving that knee up towards the elbow, but also imagine the elbow coming up to the knee. So you can see that side flexion, which is getting those obliques working. Make it harder, take that lower leg off the floor. Harder still, bring both knees in. Double leg, knee tuck. So team, you've got to find the version that's right for you. If you need to support the weight of the head, you can use the fingertips on that other arm. So find the position that gets most work through that midsection. Pull the tummy in tight so you're working those abs. So the obliques are the powerhouse in this movement. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and place it down. So you can visualize those muscles in the side doing that work. As they contract, they pull the knees in, they pull the legs up, but they also bring the elbow and the torso up to meet the knees. Let's stay on this side. We'll do a set of 10 together. So whether you're doing the single leg, the lifted leg, or the double leg, 10 reps together. Set up. 3, 2, 1, and lift. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place it down. Right, roll it over. So rolling over onto the other side, finding that balance point, that kind of halfway point there. Okay, so we've got single leg knee tuck. We've got the other leg off the floor, or we've got double knee tuck. So find that movement. Feel how that power generation is coming from the core. Feel like you can bring the elbow and the torso up to meet the knees coming in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place it back down. Reset your alignment. We're going to go again with this same side, and we're doing a set of 10 together. Right, team, so set up your version. You're going to do, set it up. Ready, and here we go. Set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go on, bring that burn into those abs. 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. Whoa. Right, team, roll it over, and we're going to get back up. So, well done. We've got our burn section. That was 3 out of the 4 exercises that we've done the last couple of weeks. Slight change for this next one then. So it's your last one from the burn. This is going to challenge your balance now. We're putting 2 exercises, which we've done loads in these Zoom classes before. We're putting those 2 movements together. We're going to go into a single leg here. Okay, we're going to go into a standing knee tuck. So from here, I'm going to do a knee tuck up towards the chest. And I want you to think about those abs driving that movement. So it's a knee tuck up, and then it's an extension out back into donkey kick. Then we bring it back through, and there's our knee tuck. Now I don't want you to use momentum, I want you to control that movement. So from here, knee tuck, extend it out back, donkey kick, sweep it back through, knee tuck, extend it out back, donkey kick. Right, let's see if we can master this movement. It's a small knee tuck, but it's a definite lift from that standing position, knee tuck up, and then extend out back. Can you do this? Can you maintain your balance as you do that donkey kick? So if you didn't do the Zoom class before, if this is your first block, then knee lift to donkey kick is one of the movements that we've worked on loads before. So donkey kick is a leg extension out back whilst balancing on a single leg. Really good for hip strength and stability. We've done that from knee lift before, so all we're adding is this knee tuck up and then a kick back. I'm still on the same side here, so hopefully you've got some sort of movement going on. 1 more rep on this side. Hopefully this is challenging your balance. Bring it back through and place it down. So you should have felt that on that standing leg, so the hip muscles working hard to stabilize through that joint. Other side, knee lift up. So there's our start position. That knee tuck is just a small movement up. Think about the knee tuck you were just doing on the floor. Donkey kick out back. So from your start position, knee tuck right up. You might get that little bit of spine flexion. It's a lot harder to do when you're standing up tall than it is when you're lying on the floor. Knee tuck up and then extend back out. So it's little movements like this that add extra challenge to something like a single leg balance. Stand tall. So you should find that standing leg working the whole time. Each time you come back to the start position, make sure you've got your balance and your alignment in that knee lift position before you do the knee tuck. Right, one more rep on this side then. Bring it through and relax it down. Right team, good job. So you've done a warm up, we did our stretch routine and you've just gone through those burn exercises. Hopefully you should have felt that in the core. We're going straight on into our hold section. So this is just 3 exercises, but it's focusing on that hold. So you're holding a static posture. We've got plank, dying bug and bridge. Let's get straight down to it. We're going into plank position. We're going to do each of these exercises for 1 minute. Dead simple, 1 minute in each position. So plank position, either on the knees or on the toes, either on the forearms in low plank or on the hands in high plank. I'm going to go forearm and toes, get ready, 3, 2, 1, away we go, plank position. So we've got a timer set for 1 minute. Now if 1 minute is too long for you, I want you to do as long as you can and then take a little break and then back in. See how long you can manage. I'll give you a shout when we get to 20 seconds. So holding your plank position, bringing that tension into those abs. Right, so there's 20 seconds now. So if you can't make the full minute yet, that is a good target to work up to. 1 minute in plank position, that's a good test of your core stability. That's just gone halfway. Legs out long, shoulder blades down. 40 seconds in. $50 seconds in. Okay, if you've got this far, see if you can hold it all the way through to 1 minute. 55 seconds. Time, 1 minute. Good job, team. Okay, rolling it over. So similar challenge, but this time it's in dying bugs position. So we're going to bring it back here, lying on the back. So these exercises are really good, these 2 exercises, because they work on keeping the spine in neutral. So you're using those abs to maintain that stability. Dying bugs, knees come up, legs go to vertical, arms go up. So we're going to take one side and lower down. So one leg lowers, as does the opposite arm. And hold. I can't see my timer in that position. Okay, so we're holding that position. We're here for 30 seconds and then we're going to switch. I should really have thought this through. How can I do this right? There we go. I'm holding my timer here. Okay, so we're holding this dying bugs position. 30 seconds here, you're lengthening the legs, lengthening the arms. So the legs are in that L shape. You've got that complete stability through the midsection. When we change, you maintain that stability, you maintain that tension in the abs. So bring the arm and legs back up, lower down on the other side. Oh, this is too much to coordinate. Holding onto my phone, moving the arm and leg. So you should now have lowered down on the other side. The legs are long, the arms are straight. Oh, there's no shaking through those legs, are there? Oh, mine is shaking. Feel that tension in those abs. Now, the better you get at this exercise, the more you can center that work into the midsection. 3, 2, 1, bring it back up to vertical and then lower down. Phew. Right, feet on the floor, lift the hips up. Right, so we're going to hold this bridge position. Breathe. Lift the hips up a little bit higher. And again, keep breathing. Try and relax any tension that's built up in those hip flexors. So that was 1 minute in plank position and 1 minute in dying bugs. So if you struggled with those, if you need more work in plank or dying bugs, you could pause this and you could go back and you could do another set. So go again, see how far you can get through. Lift hips a little bit higher in this bridge position. I think 1 minute on a plank is a good benchmark to try and aim for. Some of you will be able to do that comfortably, others might find that much more of a challenge. And like with all the core exercises, the more you can center and focus that work onto the midsection, the better you're doing the exercise. 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Get back to seated. Oh, all right. Team, we're nearly there. Last part of this workout is just going to be a real quick one. We're going to do a quick HIIT session, so that's short duration, 2 exercises, backwards and forwards. It's going to be 20 seconds on each. I'm going to choose twist crunch, and I'm going to combine it with plank. So, twist crunch for 20 seconds, plank for 20 seconds. I'm going to set the timer up so you've got 5 seconds to change, and let's just do 3 cycles through. Okay, so we're going to start with twist crunch. I'm going to go with that basic version, alternating sides in here. You're doing this for 20 seconds. You can pick one of the other versions if you prefer. Team, going in 5 seconds. Let's bring that burn back to those abs. Get ready with twist crunch. Go. Right, so focus that work into the midsection. This is our HIIT session, our HIIT part of the workout. High intensity. So that means lots of focus, lots of work directed towards those abs. Twist crunches here. Then you're going to transition into a plank position. You have 5 seconds to do it now. So transition into plank. 20-second hold. Okay, so last bit of work here. These 2 exercises back to back. Okay, so this is going to finish your base power workout for this week. As soon as you hear that bell, you're going back into twist crunches. So roll it over, twist crunches coming up. Okay. 20 seconds, and we're away. Try and get as much of a reach forwards as you can. Trying to exaggerate that rotation as well, so the other elbow travels back. Make that elbow travel back. Come on. Yes, you, that elbow, travel back the way. Plank. 20 seconds here. So now breathing into that, consciously focusing that work into the midsection. So the abs are taking the strain, not the lower back. 1 more set on each, and that's us finished. Twist crunch is coming up. Here we go, last set here team, go. 20 seconds twist crunch, 20 seconds plank, and that finishes your base power workout. Last few seconds, plank position coming up. Ah, good, roll over, plank position. Holding it there. Okay, so mindful of how you're holding the whole body, long and straight like an arrow. Team, this finishes your base power workout. Well done team for getting through that. You should be getting more confident at those exercises, being able to channel more of that work into the midsection. Good job this morning. There's your time done. Bring it up and stretch it out. Well done team. Right, now would be an ideal time to do your yoga with Jules session. So you've got that to do. Do some more stretches, hip flexors, hamstrings, get those stretched using the routine that we did at the start. And team, I'll see you next time in the gym. Well done everybody, catch you next time.